Peace be upon you, Libra. Do we need a number or a message? Someone else. Okay. Pisces, Gemini. Pisces, Gemini. Venus ruled Empress or Taurus. Sometimes strength, Leonic energy. Yeah, double signs. Temperance. Sag, Libra. Two worlds collide, I hear. Pardon my voice, please. Two worlds collide. Do they collide or is just a crossing point? Let's see. This is two people ready to start fresh. Timing, past and future meet again. Partnership, alliances. Something that starts off here, beginning a cycle, it's going to be, well, fruitful, productive. You gotta be kidding me. I keep focusing on this infinity, which is an 8, right, as well. There it is. It's an 8 of Cups. There's an emotional release here. I feel someone is leaving a situation and coming into your reality. As I said, someone is. Knight of Wands energy. Kajti. Thank you. The Sun in reverse. You don't expect this. And this will bring some turmoil or intense emotion. Like you're blasted with something so incredible that you're gonna struggle to process it. You know, say nothing. Just sit there, take a breather, take a moment here. Someone is leaving somewhere in order to approach you, but boy, it's a shock. Two of Swords. Again, take a moment, take a breather. Don't act, don't respond, don't say anything. Listen, take it all in. Give yourself the time to process it. This is, you wouldn't have any other more of a perfect of a position in a spread for a Two of Swords than after this kind of an energy. Usually you get the Tower, something of the sort. But no, it's the Sun in reverse. Something that has the potential to make you happy, but the way it's delivered or when it arrives, timing, it just hits you like a ton of bricks. Brings something into your reality, whether because of the information, someone conveying something. Very quick, very fast, unexpected. Wow. So the Sun is reversed in the sense of you not even being able to process it. What is this? As in blasted with a ton of emotion, light, information. This brings about, it opens up possibilities or a new interpretation or shifts in perspective, or, but I feel it's very intense emotionally and you won't be able to process it. Anything you say or do or at this time or try and think or 2-2, okay. is calling you for a choice, and you're not in the right mind space once the information is just freshly delivered to you. So take a moment, an amazing opportunity here. I know it doesn't look like it with the sun. Not everybody's ready for great opportunities, right? Especially someone who is most likely has navigated through life from this energy. You as well, right? Someone is just learning to do that, to leave things behind. And but I feel you've been basically journeying through life with the sensation nothing good ever happens to me. Let's just, it wasn't for me. Let's just release, non-attachment, pain, processing, very intense emotionally, with dissatisfaction or not finding what you need or what you seek for. No place to call home, no friends, no support system, no family, no love. So you kept on moving. Let's keep it rolling here. Okay, we have a King of Swords in reverse, Eight of Cups. This is someone most likely from the past that you moved away from. And they feel they have certain, it triggered something in them. It triggered. There's someone that you left behind here. King of Swords. At the time you felt you needed to do it. Either you yourself have felt either manipulated, used, deceived, lied to. Someone was being shady, dishonest, all over the place. Not clear with intention, communication. Not meeting you halfway, not aligning. Communication, and intellectual wise, conversation was pretty one-sided and problematic. You just say, okay, it's not for me, I'll just move on. So there was someone problematic here at the heart of the matter, and I feel you didn't even try to convince them of anything too much. You just felt it intuitively and just decided to move on, even if it hurt you. This person did hold the potential for you to as you saw in them someone who could have had the potential to be someone very important in your life. It could have been a Nine of Cups, but you felt as if, well, they didn't choose you, or they weren't ready for you, and something in their behavior told you that. And it's not even in the behavior per se. You could have been fine with the way they went about things. That wasn't what triggered this decision. This was a very emotional decision. You just realize that you're not aligned, that they're not fully open or sincere, or they don't feel the same, or they don't see you, they don't get you, they don't feel you, your intentions, or what you truly felt, or what you wanted to offer. And based on what they were saying or lack thereof of any communication, or truthful, sincere communication, you decided, no, I'm not going to force this, and it was the natural thing to do, right? We have the Moon, secrets, mystery, but also deep, intense emotion here. Especially because it's coming up in the subconscious. And someone is heading into the unknown, leaving behind what has been revealed, not to fulfill them. But I feel they're chasing something that escaped them. They're going back to pick up on something or someone that escaped them. They themselves feel this person to be extremely mysterious. They may have had, they may have been struggling to actually do anything to stop this person from moving on. Page of Swords, communication, spying. They've dwelled in the mysteries, trying to discover something. So this is a masculine that has some form of a clarity, under realization of having missed something that had the potential to make them the happiest, the most fulfilled. Someone has realized that they missed an amazing opportunity for joy, for love, for happiness, for growth, expansion, liberation, freedom, joy. They realized that they could have been themselves with this person, yet somehow they chose not to. Almost as if they're realizing somebody saw me all along and they still wanted me. And I treated them with either, ignorance or, yeah. The Moon is very intense emotion. This is, well, night energy, someone being also discovering that they actually want something. Unexpectedly so. Something that does present the sense of danger. The other Eight of Cups is moving on in the dark, in the unknown, in the exploration, but moved by spirit, by inner knowing, by insight, by intuition. Six of Pentacles and the Two of Swords. Two of Pentacles. You know what the Six of Pentacles is, and there she is, Queen of Swords. They're going to try and make things right, reveal and gain further clarity, and they know they need to come right with honesty. This is something new for them. They may have been someone who throughout their life have been always defensive and very protective of their inner sanctum. Had the inner secret world to them that nobody knew about. But she saw through it. He protected it. She continued to move on. And there they are, still connected in the heart, in the subconscious, energetically. King and Queen of Swords. In the middle, there's communication. There's something worth exploring that's so intense, it's so deep, Cancerian energy. And a need to discuss on how they can actually make this work, whereas they are equals. A duel and a confrontation in regards to a choice. This masculine may have demanded or expected this feminine to either chase, put up with this behavior, go along with the, the dysfunctional communication, the deceit. No, we don't do that. We don't do that. No matter how much you love your other half, you don't enable this behavior. And he knows that now. He knows that she was right to move on. And he also knows that it was because of his behavior. She knows she's also going to be defensive and very rational. Even critical. And very intuitive and able to see straight through bullshit. That's why they need to come right. So they're going to come with something small, some form of a confession, a truth, a communication. And I feel it's to do with the revealing of their innermost. Which again is something that they've never done. Never. No one has seen to them. How do they know? Not because of something she said, but rather because of something she did, how she did it, and that they felt seen. They felt seen, but they were so uncomfortable because of it. That's why they got in this mode here. So their shield weight became even stronger in trying to defend themselves because someone was seeing them straight through the mask, straight to their heart, their soul, and they were terrified of it. But they knew that this was the call. Hey, this is it. This is your person. This who can feel you, but this calls for you to come right. This calls for you to cultivate that self that is free from corruption, deceit, self-deceit, games, mind games, manipulation. And they weren't ready at the time. This person sees right through me. I cannot even lie to this person. And they said, nah, I cannot have that. So they went on thinking, I'm just going to go ahead with my games. Now they themselves realize they have to leave behind certain things or people, or that they would have chosen that were rather more comfortable, more easily manipulated, and so on. She was truth. She embodied truth. She wanted fairness, clarity, honesty, sincerity. And he wasn't ready for it. It's definitely twin flame dynamics here. The Nine of Swords. What triggered this Eight of Cups from this person is a Nine of Swords. Sleepless nights with the moon here. Wow, this connection is, they have telepathic communication. You see it? Their hearts speak to one another. Their subconscious speak to one another. Not the waking state selves or no. Yeah. This connection is undeniable. It calls for a level up and he knows it. So Page of Swords at the heart of the matter. Yeah, someone went within. That Eight of Cups is about them. Whatever they constantly sought when it comes to fulfillment, distractions, or whatever they felt it fulfilled them in the past, it doesn't anymore. It's just, there's no fulfillment. No matter how much they drink of any cup, it's just, they're ever thirsty. They isolated, they went within, and then they started being overtaken by, in their mind, by guilt, by analyzing, reanalyzing it. And I feel they lacked information with this moon here. So hence the page, I need more information. But this is not the egoistic pursuit of information. This is an offer to actually start something that never really started. It started off with the wrong foot because they were so defensive and dishonest. That Seven of Swords in reverse, you see? Someone knows I was full of bullshit. King of Swords, Seven of Swords with the Nine of Swords. Guilt, remorse. I did this to myself. Why did I did this to myself? Everything I have here, I don't even want it anymore. Because what I wanted has moved away from me, the sun. So the world became dark. The light moved on. This is the feminine right here. Do you see this moon and sun? Who messed up? Well, it wasn't her. She maintained that space, the vibration, that it was all right. Queen of Swords, then the moon. And the sun is reversed. I'm sorry. I ruined this for us. He knows it. Five of Wands. He attempted to engage in this toxic, conflictual energy and wanted someone to show some, whatever they defined at the time, they put her to the test, but in such a toxic manner. You gotta fight to let's compete for what? Power struggles, competition, other interests. He acted shady to see how she responds. How she responded? Oh, I see you. I see where you're coming from. Again, it's not what I see your games. I see we're not doing this. Quickly moved away herself. You see how they're mirroring. What do we have here? Someone who all of a sudden had this realization. I am a moron and I need to correct this. I need to move past these patterns that bring out conflict and nothing productive. But also this is someone who a strong Leonic energy, Sagittarian, Aries, wants something, is so determined, it's so clear in regards to what they actually want, whereas nothing else can fulfill them. So there's strong passion here. Nothing else can fulfill them. They want nothing and no one else. They've withdrew their energy from everyone around them. They're looking towards something that is so clearly revealed within them. They go hand in hand. Someone needs to take accountability when it comes to their lack of emotional maturity, honesty, and vulnerability. And they need to move or act in regards to something, right? So they cannot get stuck in the heart and commiseration and victimhood. And no, they're literally this realization. I was dishonest. I wasn't being loving. I wasn't being honest with my feelings or emotions. This was someone who was protecting themselves like there's no tomorrow, as if their life depended on it. King of Swords in reverse. King of Cups in reverse. The moon. I gotta protect this. I gotta protect what is this intense feeling I'm feeling here. I'm feeling feelings. Yeah, he is, and he's no longer afraid to do so. Okay, he's got a wand and he's not afraid to use it. He's quite aware of his limitations when it comes to spirituality, his ability to self-regulate emotions, to process or feel intense emotions without getting triggered or terrified. Afraid of being vulnerable or being seen, or well, they no longer are, because they now see the blessing in that, because that's the blessing. To be seen without needing to put up a front, without needing to put an effort, play games, convince anyone of anything. I think someone is coming to a realization of having messed up so badly. Oh, yes. Six of Wands. I am my own worst enemy because of my inability to be sincere, honest, or to have been sincere and honest with my queen over here. Knight of Pentacles. And I need to show up and make a move here. Because what's the point of just sitting there? Blah, 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 blah. Right? Okay, processed it. Move. Get a move on. Time waits for no one. With the moon and the sun in reverse, this person is going at it like a blind bat. Moved by passion and instinct. And that's where you know that a masculine has made a decision. He's not going to procrastinate. Imagine feeling as if someone was afraid to choose you. Imagine how that feels. Oh, you're afraid to choose me? And I feel this queen, thank heavens, doesn't take it personally, understands the deeper spiritual dynamics. And also understand that this has to do with him. His shadow work, right? His karmic trials, what needs to be corrected. So she got that. Thank heavens. Because anyone else would have said, boy, what? You're afraid to be with me? What am I? The fucking witch of the West? Is that how you see me? I bring fear in your life? Nah, boy, no. Don't worry then, I will just take the fear away. Look, you're free. Go. Go have fun. Enjoy the ride. And to some extent, this is the natural response. And she did so as well. Except again, in her case, it wasn't because she was personally triggered or offended by his behavior. No, she saw the deep underlying reasons and causes, the spiritual dynamics behind it. But she also realized that they were at a stage where they needed to do this all on their own. Okay, I'm going to take another deck. There it is. Movement. From the heart, open communication. Yes, you go, King. Why is the Eight of Cups here? Yeah, someone moved away and they're going back to get her. Someone's coming to get this queen. She's hidden. She's hidden. She's not communicating. Because she only has truth, and he showed that he's not even willing or able to deal with it. And he hopes she's willing to talk now. She needs to decide. She's going to decide. In the mind space is the Two of Pentacles. Let me see what you've got, what you're bringing. Let me analyze it. Give me my space. Give me a moment. I'm deciding. Right. And it seems that he is bringing something that is quite genuine and tangible. And show us the Eight of Cups. It's the Seven of Cups. I told you, he thought they were having options over there. I'll just explore all of these cups that never fulfilled me. I never really wanted them, but hey, it's life. I take what I can. With the Eight of Cups says, nah. So yeah, someone left, and then they realized, wait a minute, there are no other cups. No, there aren't. This was your cup. Right? Someone wanted her to think that he's got all of these options, which may be true, but now he's realized, wait a minute, I don't want these options. King of Cups in reverse. Why am I lying to I played myself. This is the end. I played myself. Six of Wands in reverse. King of Wands of Swords in reverse. King of Cups in reverse. Five of Wands in reverse. Somebody checked out. No, we're not doing this. Seven of Swords, you're not going to play me like that. No, you can keep these games and shove them and get them to somewhere else. Nine of Swords. You think you're going to play with my mind here? Leave me hanging? Mentally abuse me? Power struggles? Boy, the Seven of Cups. How did I play myself? Someone feels either ashamed or feels as if, how? And I feel it's not to do with them. They cannot believe that they actually came across like this to someone who now they recognize as their person. Why did I treat them like that? What's wrong with me? I feel someone doesn't want this feminine to go on with this memory of him. He cannot bear it. He cannot bear it. So he wants to convey feelings. He wants to say what he really feels, what he really wanted to. Oh wow, this is so emotional. Why is it so emotional? Show us the King of Swords in reverse. It's most likely this magician. Mercurial, Gemini energy. And no wonder, you see it? Gemini, yeah. associated with time in this case specifically. Mercurial energy. You see? Why? How? What happened? They were disconnected from source. The King of Swords in reverse, what they did not say is that they actually wanted this. What games did you play, Magician? The Knight of Wands is clarified by the Knight of Wands. Need we say more? Moon. Something is still hidden. There are two energies here. I feel they meet here in the subconscious. This connection is so powerful. Both of them have psychic abilities and powerful connection to source. But whatever this Hierophant was doing here as a magician, when it comes to manifestation and choices and power and co-creation, and they were like, they messed up. Again, there's this impression that why did I behave like this? This is not why did I respond like this? The moon is about the Ten of Wands and the Tower. As I said, if the sun is in here, usually the Tower comes with it. It's lightning energy. It's divine intervention to bring whatever Babylon we've built in our lives here. Seven of Cups here, the confusion, the illusion, the deception, the Lulu, the false foundations, corrupt foundations. This also means bringing us apart and parting ways with people that are not supposed to be in our life anymore. The karmic cycles are over. This is it. We may think sometimes that we built something with these karmics, that's what the connection was all about. No. It was about us discovering who we are, coming closer to our ability to fulfill our purpose. And so then once the trial and the tests are done, here comes the Tower. Because otherwise we would just prolong it and continue to feel, oh, it's perfect. Look, we built a sandcastle here. Nobody cares, fish. It's time to move on to the next experience here. Because nothing is for nothing. This was about building something else. The spirit, right? Correction. Lessons to be learned. Karma to correct, etc., right? It's about the refinement of the specific divine spark of that soul. So, this is that stage where something happens. It's a breakthrough, a clarity, an illumination, and it's usually not right when the event occurs. It has to go, there are stages to it, but it may unfold later on. And this is what's with the two Knights of Wands here. Somebody, I feel the energy, I have to say it, of despair. And there are other things that I cannot speak of here. There's frustration, specifically in regards to what someone failed to manifest, the choices that they failed to make. It's a missed opportunity, and it's a repetitive pattern where someone has really tried to hold back from acting on something that they really wanted. It led to anger, resentment, frustration. Someone was really deep into it. And I feel this is the trial of fire. Someone's desires have been purified with the Seven of Cups. And so this was a connection that to the masculine specifically, it triggered some very toxic patterns in the mind space at the conscious level. They couldn't even mentally process it. They acted just to put on a front and just let's roll with it. Let's play these games. But Magician in reverse, King of... And they weren't in the heart at the time. But then something happened. The fires came through to incinerate everything they felt, they knew, they were. The good news is someone did master these fires after a long cycle of trying to either put them out, avoid this tower. No, I'm just going to keep on going. Spirit said, nah, don't worry, it's still going to be there. But I need you to pick this fire now, whatever's left, the rubbles of what is left, the refined, right, lessons and revelations and truth and breakthrough and everything else, it's going to be burned to the ground. Take what is left, which in this case it's once, right? But they're raw, they're instinctive, they can no longer succumb to doubt, to questioning, to And they can no longer be overtaken by the shadow that still uses these old patterns of way of doing things, right? Deception, manipulation, emotional immaturity, spiritual disengagement, and so on, right? Toxic patterns, they're done, right? Truth and nothing but the truth. This wand is on fire. And again, somebody's not afraid to use it. 2 Knight of Wands here. Trials of fire. Someone is deeply attached to someone and initially translated as extremely toxic, raw sexual energy. They had to be triggered, and all of this had to be consume something within them, with their lives. And now that the ashes, you know, the rubble is setting, they're making a decision here. What is left here with the 7 of Cups? Well, nothing. It's time to move on. 7 and 8 of Cups. Remember, 8, 8. 16 back to a 7. This is about partnership, love, beauty, harmony, justice. And we have 2 twos here. And here's the 3rd. For the Sun, we have the 2 of Wands in reverse. What the fuck did I do? Why didn't I go with it? You see these wands here? Why didn't I go with it? Do I still have a chance? I feel there's an energy of still some haste or desperation or quickness. There is impulsive, extremely impulsive. Trying to grab onto a boat that has left the port, a train that has left the station. Distance may be a factor as well. And hence the quickness. And I gotta, you know, it's the do or die energy that I gotta act on it, or I'm not gonna be able to save this. Is it too late? Sun in reverse. Someone is coming to that realization. How did I miss this? It was right there. I had my hand on it. How did I miss this? How did I get stuck in this illusion of choices? And 7 and 8 of Cups. What? I don't even want them. They had to go through an internal process here. This is the masculine with the Sun in reverse that needed to meet his anima, his feminine in the physical. Then they had to go within in the unknown and meet his very soul. Dark night of the soul, ego death, and rising as a new, renewed, empowered and sovereign masculine. All the rubble and the confusion has been removed. There's no more inner or outer conflict, nor are they seeking for it. They're seeking to build. This is extremely fertile energy, passionate, creative, expansive, willing, courageous. They have initiative, they have vision. They also have, again, they're acting from intuition, but they also have strong foundations and principles. Now they fully embrace them and they're willing to live by them. Very assertive, independent energy. Nobody's going to tell me what to do. My circumstances are no longer going to limit or define me, and I already know what I want. And I'm heading towards it, even though it may no longer be there. The sun is gone. There's utter darkness, 8 of Cups, remember. And they're heading into it. The 2 of Wands to clarify the sun. Why is the 2 of Swords here? 2 of Swords, 2 cards again. The King of Cups that did not love. The King of Cups that missed their other half. Boy, they're upset at themselves. And again, there's this energy of trying to self-modulate, temper themselves out, be more balanced. They're learning, especially with communication. And they're gonna try and take it easy, not just come and throw all of this out on someone. So the information is shocking, or the event itself is gonna be shocking for you, Libra. But at the same time, someone is trying not to literally, you still won't be able to understand what someone needed to go through, how deeply they actually and convinced they are about this, how they truly feel. They don't want to come just throw it down on you. They know that that would be toxic and it's not fair, and it would condition you in regards to it. That's why I'm feeling she's saying, okay, enough information, let me process this. Don't you throw this on me. Not because she's not interested in understanding all of this process. She knows it. She knows it. That's why she had to pull her energy away. But not fully. They were still connected, remember, at night, communicating with one another. And I feel this masculine also has that ability. Extremely intuitive. We had a King of Cups over there in reverse, and now he's coming again reversed because of the Sun, divine masculine energy here, which is also the self, and that Ace of Wands. That Ace of Wands that he should have chosen here is also here, again reversed. So they're fully aware of having messed this so badly. Fully aware. They've been beating themselves over it. They're quite aware of it. They're not bringing this whole energy all of a sudden and throw it on this Empress. What they're bringing is something smaller. They're not just going to come, you know, I love you to the moon and back. There's no one else for me. Or they may say something to that capacity, but for now they're opening up communication. But the energy here is going to be intense. Because as I said, he doesn't even have to come out right and say this. I'm so upset at myself for not having chosen this, because I lost the light of my life. And I don't know where else I can go from this point on. But he knows, she knows. They feel it. So this is someone who's going to try and just not come fully drama and no. That's why they're holding that. But there will come a time when there will be some, most likely some confession in regards, I messed up. I messed up. I messed up. They're beating themselves over it, but without having this disempower them, right? Falling into victim and no. So the Two of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. Give me one card for these two energies, upcoming energy. An 8, 4 to 4. Again, very intense energy. They're trying to balance it out as much as possible. 2 Knight of Wands over there. Wow. And they will try and hold themselves back and give her the space. I'm not sure how good they'll manage that, because they feel that they've missed this opportunity and they have so much to recover, they feel. So they'll be very excited to feel as if at least she's entertaining the possibility, which is super powerful. And then he's most likely gonna start off this process of trying to basically convince her and slowly start opening up and delivering the rest. 4 of Swords. Why is the Hierophant here? The 7 of Wands. Then the Hierophant is clarifying why this King of Swords was in reverse, right? They themselves may not have realized this is in the subconscious. No wonder the moon is right here. They just didn't know how to respond. They got shocked. Went into defensive mode. Well, that's changing. So it's clarifying because they realized how badly they actually want it. I found the one. They couldn't even believe it. They couldn't process it. Sabotage. Sabotage under the guises of defending themselves. That's the shadow defending their old reality right here. 7 of Wands and 10 of Wands. Moon. The moon is the Wheel of Fortune. It's a matter also of timing, of cycles being over, destiny, purpose, alignment. Right time at the right place. Yeah. 2 worlds collide. Exactly what I felt. 2 worlds collide. Distance may be a factor in difference in culture, and they may have invoked that as a cause for conflict or something not being viable. Okay, it's fine. Oh, you want to go? Fine, perfect. And they're like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. 10 of Wands. Keeps coming back in my hand for some reason. 10 of Wands. Someone being called to say, drop the wands, start a new cycle, it's over. They're like, with the moon. No, I'm terrified. 8 of Cups. I don't want to go there. Too emotional. The Page of Swords says, I know you know. I feel you, I know you. I'm sorry I treated you as if I didn't. I felt you. I know what you think and feel. I felt seen, but perhaps even ashamed, guilty, judged. I was being called with the Fool in reverse that just fell and mixed in towards this leap of faith. Here's the 0. You see the 2 worlds? And one did not align with that 8 of Cups. They said, no, 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 no. I'm terrified. I'm terrified. I'm not doing it. Sun in reverse. I don't know where I'm heading. Moon and High Priestess. But they knew she knew. I see an energy there. Wow, their connection. Look at this. No. Kingdom couple again. Hierophant and High Priestess. Are you fucking kidding me? Communication is open. And that has been, speaking of, someone received, if she sent a specific thought or intention, they received it. And that was basically the confirmation. They feel that she's ready to receive them. See what they have to say. Two is about this High Priestess needing to decide. Queen of Swords, 2 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles. You made your decision, now let me make mine. 5 and 2 adds up to Kingdom couple, Venusian couple here, 7. That was pushed away by the shadows strategies that it develops when it tries to keep us stuck in cycles that are already over, needing for us to, calling for transformation, to enter prosperity, abundance in a new world, but having us being absolutely terrified of it, having us forget who we are, behaving like crazy delulus, hanging on to something that's already at its end. So, what say you? There they are. They knew it. They both knew it. 2 of Pentacles again with the 6 of Pentacles. I see you, but I think they're also learning that there are more ways to a connection, that each relationship is different. It doesn't have to fit in the patterns of others. So what are we going to do? Where are we going to live? So they're just going to have to navigate this because it's such a unique connection in a manner that allows them to continue to stay true to themselves and build on this connection, because there's no other way. Look at these 3 major arcanas over here. 5 of Cups, but that doesn't mean that they have to suffer or keep this away. Absolute honesty, no power struggles, no manipulation, it's no longer even an option. Both of them need to recognize that, because they feel one another. They communicate telepathically. One is hurt, one is doubtful, one starts machinating something in their head. She knows. But what he's realizing, and so does he was seeing her all along as well. Except he didn't want to, he couldn't process it, and he's developing his own abilities here. Okay. You also see that their connection is not about just the fulfillment of themselves, because they already had that figured out all on their own. It's purpose. It ties in with their purpose. It's destined. It's meant to be. It's sacred. It's divine. Queen of Wands, to clarify, a Queen of Swords in reverse. He's afraid of the passion that he has, that she has, and I cannot even say it. Her independence, the 2 of Pentacles, that's what she's considering. And again, I feel that they need to develop or find solutions that do not imply them needing to sacrifice anything. I think she does have something to say or block here, because he's going to become extremely intense at one point. All of that that's repressed over here will come up. Will come up again. That's that blasting light, too much, too intense. Again, I cannot really speak on what this is, but I think you're kind of starting to realize. Think of sexual energy here. an attraction that is out of this world and he cannot contain himself. He's trying. It's not lust though. It's not lust. It's joy, it's happiness, but it can become pretty intense, and she needs to kind of, whoa. Yeah. A priestess and the lion. That sun in reverse. He could not process how strongly he feels. He felt either vulnerable, seen, discovered, uncovered, and vulnerable, yeah, and weak in front of her. Hermit. She does have the power, Queen of Swords again in reverse. She does have the power to, basically, her words cut sharp, cut deep. And she seems to be triggered whenever he gets all of, wishy-washy and all over the place. He knows how he needs to show up as a King of Wands. A masculine that's in action. They know who they are. They've done their own work. No weaklings, no confused ones. Don't do your work and then come right. That's what this is all about. No deceit, no manipulation, no games, no trauma dumping, no. And don't push your energy onto me either. Respect. But she knows how to help him regulate when he kind of crosses the line, because he will. That's why she's so defensive. He will cross the line. It's not, I guess, I cannot use the word obsessive. This is, and it is, I guess, it can turn toxic pretty quickly, and it can be codependent. And this person is, it's not even limerence or infatuation, or this person cannot process the intensity of this connection. They may be extremely sensitive. They must have strong water in their chart. They also have strong mercurial energy with both Magician and Virgo over here. And once they cannot process emotions, they lose their shlit. But they're learning. King of Wands over there. Again, they needed to go through the trial of fire. He's that lion. To discover self. Right? To uncover it. But they needed to go through a tower to help them come back on the path. The wheel is on the up and up. This is a connection that it's from the outside. Seems like the most unlikely of partnership. But this is a twin flame connection. Beauty and the Beast energy. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm sorry I never told you what you were to me. You are my north, my home, my happiness, my... Cover yourself, lady. I just realized, sorry. My all. You are my all. You are my world. The light of my nights, the sun of my days. Beautiful, my dream. This person is afraid that they'll lose their mind, their life, everything, themselves in this connection. Well, is there any other way? Is there any other way? Jung would call this, well, the psychotic behavior of anyone who is just meeting their own anima, their soul, their other half. But this is also the Sophia wisdom that they resisted. Sophia stage. Someone met their feminine and they got fucking triggered. It's also the ghosting that I'm not going to speak to you. I'm just going to... Yeah. Okay. And then she said, fine then. 9 of Pentacles. I got me. I don't need you. It's fine. You do your thing over there. You do your thing over there. I'll just let you win this battle, okay? You be the smart ass, pardon, smarty pants here. You, okay? I'll let you get away with it. And they thought they had everything figured out, only to realize, wow, oh, I see it. Do you see? Her. This is her leaving. This is her leaving. He's emulating, he's mirroring that energy. She's just shown him what he needs to do, except it's further down the timeline. You see it? So he was left behind thinking, I had you all figured out, right? Look at me, I won. Yeah, you go, I don't need you. She left, and now he's finding himself in that same position. He needs to leave these kinds of energies and move back. How blind I was. How blind I was. I was called to go home, to go north, to step back on the path, by my other half, and I've done that. The last of a dream. They can only achieve so much on their own, they're starting to realize, and that's a requirement for union. So yeah, it's true, she's independent over here, he conquered or mastered his own inner strength on their own over there, well, with her energy's help. She's mastering her life in the practical with his help over here, because there's no separation being. That's why we all have inner feminine and masculine. So they're not really separated in that sense, right? This is the fire that he needed to master, that she triggered within him. Again, trials of fire, purification through fire. It's the final stage, alchemically speak, that there's a phoenix energy from here. But again, it's blasting with that sun. It can burn everything in its way, but don't worry, she's got him, right? The priestess got him. If I can find her. Priestess, you're hiding again. She's hiding. I'm telling you, she's restricting her energy, because she is a temple. She is precious, and she doesn't want all, you know, the lulus and cuckoos and all the other stages that they may be going through, trampling her temple. And the Nine of Swords, and that again, this energy, oh, I'm in my own way. Why am I such a moron? Why didn't I at least attempt to make a gesture of affection? I felt they're beating themselves over everything that they've never said. They've tried to many times. Everything they did not extend. The times that they did not send that message, or hey, how are you? Express how much they actually did care, and constantly thought, is she fine? She did have so much concern for her once she left. That's what he discovered. Wow, I care about this person more than I actually care about whichever self I think I am over here. And I'm either unable, or I don't know how to, I don't know if I can at this point, or she will receive this from me. And he wanted so many times. Example, someone says, have you tasted this food? This is amazing. And he's like, oh wow, I don't care. I wonder, I would have loved to ask her. I would have been so happy to ask her, hey, look, there's a new type of food. Would you like this? He wanted to offer so much. Even it's in the smallest things, whereas he started to realize in daily life, processing through the night, keeping, I cannot offer this to her. I cannot be there in those small things, in the daily routines, but most importantly, during the night, he felt so alone. And you know what's heartwarming? I'm getting emotional. It's not about what he's not getting. It's about what he cannot give. And wow, what he cannot give, yeah. That's what's making me angry with the sun in reverse. There's no happiness. It's about what he cannot give, yeah, to make her life better. And she has this independent nature, and he's like, she doesn't need me. You're right. But then again, neither did you, neither do you per se. This is not about need. You still can make that choice to say, no, not this lifetime. I want to learn other lessons. I want to continue other cycles. But this, you know, Spirit says, this is it. This is the time the two of you meet. Someone may feel as if they still have a lot to explore of the world, recognizes union as being called to service, and maybe they still feel they have certain things that they want to explore at the subconscious level. But at the same time, they feel they don't. They did make that decision. That is willpower as well with one's energy. Sometimes we refuse union. Others do the opposite. Others seek for their twins merely because they want to leave the world. They don't want to go through the trials. It's self-preservation. There's an intrinsic knowing that once I met my twin, I can just leave the world. And this person was the opposite. No, unfinished business. I wanted to build this and I wanted to do that. And much like the Buddha, you know, you have to explore the vices, break the boundaries, etc. Exploration. make the mistakes, take the corrections, learn the lessons, alchemize the karma until fulfillment, and then you can move on to the next. But I feel they're ready. I think they realize it, that they're done with these cups over there. They're done. They're all done. 8. They're done. We've done them. They're filled. I did what I needed to do. They're not for me anymore. These experiences are done. Whatever they needed to explore, the spiritual lessons they needed to learn, they're done. There's no communication. Some form of a standoff they initially responded very maturely to and said, I'm not replying. I'm not... Again, expect the unexpected judgment. Nah, Ace of Cups. I told you they're in the heart. Yeah. And both of you know it. The scorpionic energy here. All karma has been paid. The two of you are called to begin this new cycle. Libra. Judgment, Ace of Cups. 13, there's that 4 that I was seeing over here, you see? Why? This is the upcoming energy. And yes, do stand up for yourself. Do take your time. They don't expect you to do any less. And what is, it's the 20. You see the 2? This is the 1. That cup. Twin flames, definitely. With that. 2 major arcana. And the heart is right in it. The connection is 14. 4. Bottom of the deck, Hermit. You're called to, both of you are extremely spiritually connected and advanced, regardless of all appearances here. Hermit was twice upright here. Both of you can share this connection while still cultivating spirituality and fulfilling your purposes, both as a couple, should you be called to do so, or individually, right? And the possibility for this being this toxic kind of a connection was basically recognized and shattered by the feminine. This is again a high priestess that recognized this. This can either be the lovers or recognize certain patterns within the masculine and shattered the chains. This was absolutely brutal for this masculine, but it had to be done. Hence, now they can come fully in the heart. This is spiritual union. It shall not be trashed in the hells of her lust and egoism. And she knew what she was doing. The heart knows the way, eternally grateful for you. She didn't try to temper them at the time. They just gave them the right energy and made the right choice and maintained and held that energetical space. Continue to hold her own vibration. And she managed to do it from afar. With love. Selflessness, service, truth, authenticity, higher knowing. Yeah. She didn't try to force this person into learning, and no, it's not how it works. And oh wow, I'm gonna cry. Get the heck out of here. Just get out of here. Leave me alone, all you couples. You see, jealous imp, jealous imp. No, listen. It's what I'm trying to say. To each, there's always that beautiful blessing and miracle for fulfillment. But if you try and define it or keep putting in boxes, on, for me, it's my most precious, beautiful blessings, my miracles. My Father's love for me is unbounded and limitless, and I'm ever so grateful for it. He knows exactly what our soul needs. Don't resist it. Libra, don't go into the patterns that, and I don't think you will, but you may fear that you are at one point. The lust and the passion then doesn't have to be toxic. You can honor what you feel and the attraction and you have towards someone without fearing that it will, be destructive. And in reality, it can literally alter the vibration of the earth. Two twins in union, are you kidding? It blasts the world with light. That's sun in reverse. So don't fear your own passion and attraction towards this person. But I get why you would need to work together to find the proper balance for the two of you. And not let it, be labeled as just mere physical attraction. No, you know that that's not it. Either way, congratulations. Break it to make it. Hearts don't get broken. Egos do. Illusion does. False selves do. Deception. Happiness, and here comes the sun. Shut up, Yanka. Again, I'm saying. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Praise be the Most High. You two get a room already. Have you seen how many are still suffering because they're refusing to learn their lessons? One more week of retrograde. People are starting to realize that retrograde works both ways. Because we see many. I wonder who's going to come back towards me. I wonder if an ex, is it possible that you're that ex, that maybe you will feel the call to reach out to someone? Everything cuts both ways. And it's not always the case that someone is holding back because they're processing something intensely. No, sometimes they're just a bum. They don't care, right? They are who they say they are. And you may actually be stalking an absolutely innocent person that wants nothing to do with you. That's another reality. And sadly, yeah, we're surrounded by all of those dynamics as well. But this is, as we see here, this is the actual dynamics. Wow. It helps us all understand this. And it's important because this is an externalization, when it comes to the twin flames, of the inner process of integration. The feminine meeting her animus, which leads to independence. But she may get stuck in this and turn the toxic masculine and so on. And the masculine meeting his animal, his soul, right? Sophia stage. And struggling to fully embrace it, maybe still terrified of it, or developing, if they're extremely smart and cunning, strategies, only to realize that they're playing themselves in the process, right? So the masculine needs, he is the Hierophant in this case. He is pointless unless he's granted access to what? The temple. To the temple, right? And she herself needs a temple built for her, where she can be seated in. A physical one, right? So, house of marriage, commitments, spirituality, enlightenment, illumination in this case. Definitely Libra house. 55, that 10 of wands that people kept hanging on to. Archangel Ariel, divine magician, Gemini in reverse. Someone is upset at them for how they handle this. Oh yes. I am the divine magician. I help you live a miraculous existence through transcending illusion that he was holding on to it. Oh, for dear life. I inspire you I shall inspire within you a profound state of gratitude towards the Most High, the Creator, and towards the miracle of His creation, which is found in her. Heart. I covered these ones out. They're a bit exhibitionists. Keep that for your people. Nobody needs to see it. YouTube doesn't like it. So if you want to experience a deeper level of love in your relationship, you must both consciously and willingly surrender to one another. So careful about that power struggle. You both very powerful. So there's a risk of these spirits of conflict insinuating themselves over. Feel and honor the sacred within each other. Be vulnerable and give yourself up to love each and every moment. In doing so, you will unite in love. You will feel alive, reborn with each breath. One loving thought can create a world of infinite love. This is also very fertile energy. Two of you can create the magic. Someone, I believe both of them were convinced that this magic is created all and entirely all on their own. Many may have given up on the idea of being, because they found some completeness within to some capacity, right? They felt that there's no need, or there's no actual need for external integration. In some cases that can be true, especially for the magician or the high priestess. But the Hierophant is all about commitment, and somebody's realizing that. From someone who was, I got it all figured out all on my own. She over there, I'm gonna do things all on my own. The uniting force here and the changes are about, no, you're not. Our worlds need to always stay connected because they are one. We are one, right? Many blessings. Shalom.